So, before we start, feeling ko naman kasi sa inyo, karamihan sa inyo, proud clouds or mga usual na tanong sa proud. So, I bet you would be able to relate to this. Like, whenever we start with a greenfield project, laging fun, productive, fastest, etc., etc. And then when you add more developers and the requirements change, it's like adding cows to the greenfield. So yung greenfield, medyo na yung brown na apakan, kinakain yung grass. So, kahit kilala nyo na ako. So I'm gonna talk about refactoring. Sana, pero malaki kasi ito eh. Actually, nag-talk na rin ako ng refactoring na, pero ibang scope. So, sobrang laki niya, merong book for it, like a catalog of techniques for refactoring, and it's not understandable in one sitting. Like the way to read it is to like just check one page, 2 pages a day, and to make it stick. So I just focus on long methods kasi ito yung madalas ko na-encounter. Refactoring. Ayon sa refactoring.com, well, it's a discipline technique for structuring an existing body of code, altering its internal structure without changing its external behavior. Maraming words, pero what interests me is yung certain words like discipline. So parang it's a practice, or it's not something na madaling matutunan, and also without changing its external behavior. Refactoring is different from rewriting, like breaking the code in one go without having tests to catch further. So, tests are implied when you refactor. I think I know. So taking out certain words, it's a technique for restructuring code without changing behavior, or in, I guess, more informal speak, like it's a technique for making code sampleless. Long methods, I'm gonna skip long methods if it's grown too large, but the thing here is we don't know what too large means. Ang heuristic ko dito is like if I can understand the method within 1 minute, or kung gusto niyo nang measure, meron siyang plug score of greater than 20. If you don't know plug, it's a gem. It's a Ruby gem for analyzing classes, and basically the higher the score of a class or a method, the more difficult it is to understand, and parang mas marami siyang claim. Usually nangyari mag-God objects. So yung plug scores, heuristic lang din to. Pag 0 to 10, okay. Pag 200 plus, some of these stick of the children. Yung mga susunod na titingin sa mga method na yun. So, I think yung mga techniques dito sa what I'll try to what else, yung mga ilalagay ko lang dito yung mga techniques na usually alam nyo na, pero there's no term for it yet. Like pag kunyari magka-pair kayo and then nag-usap kayo, okay, what if I do this, I do that. Walang label for that technique. So so I just took some of the most common techniques na ginagamit natin pero we don't know the names for it. So it will be 5 methods: extract method, inline temp, place temp with pairing, and finally replace method with method object. So we're gonna proceed to the examples. May bonus pa. Ito, bonus, parang exercise lang. Yun yung variable or method. So you have some, before you have some method, does something, another method, and then you want to rename this method, some method. So you say do something, and then replace all the instances of that method in everywhere sa buong file system ng project, sa buong project. So that's easy. Next, extract method. Probably this is the most common used technique. So ang problem niya, if you have a code fragment, gusto mo lang siyang paghiwalayin. And so for example, meron kang isang method, and then you can separate it between this line and this line. You get this result. So we print prints some banner and prints details. So nilipat lang dito yung block of code. Still easy. And next, inline method. It's, sa madaling sabi, this is the reverse of extract method. Sometimes you want methods, you want some methods to be deleted kasi for many reasons. One is obvious na yung meaning niya. So for example, this method, it says more than 5 late deliveries, and then the code sort of says obvious na yung code na parang merong variable number of late deliveries greater than 5. Exactly the same thing. Why not just use it as it is and delete the method? Another use case for inline method is when a programmer before you already refactored the code, but it's not as perfect as you would want it to be. So parang gusto mo lang ulit i-collect lahat ng mga na-refactor na method and then put them in some big method, and then from there you re-refactor. So that's the use case for this method. Next, inline temp. Basically, it's just deleting a temporary variable when the temporary variable that is assigned to a simple expression. So you just replace that expression, that variable with the expression. So for example, this price assigned to an order that base price is assigned to base price, and then just use it in the next line. But you can just replace it with the same expression without using the base price variable. So that's inline temp. And I think easy naman so far. Nakaka-follow naman.
Haba ng methods.
Yeah, so I'm just glossing over the details kasi super simple niya for the audience, I think. So, but the important thing is that you can classify the technique. Like you don't have to say it in detail to your sa compare. Yun yung important thing. It's classified as something. There's a name. There's a term for it. So second to the last is replace temp with query. So instead of replacing we can use in the previous method, the previous technique for this. Kaya lang, when it repeats itself for a number of times, say ito, may base price, and then base price. Sometimes, it even occurs in a very, very long method. Say 50 lines like appear in the same variable. So what you do instead of replacing all of base price with this expression, you just create a method for it. And your last is question ba dito sa method na to?
Yeah, meron.
Yung
Sama ba? Base price. Kasi every time you do the condition check plus the computation, dalawang SK na tawag yung order. So there has to be some memorization for equal for you assign within the itself.
What I mean is, instead of using this, just say
No,
this.
that's fine.
So yung base price kasi before variable lang.
Yeah.
Since method siya ngayon, tapos tinawag mo siya 3 times. So i-execute niya yung multiplication 3 times as opposed to once lang, in-assign sa variable and then pag-access lang ng value sa variable.
Or equal.
So, ha? Ay, hindi, tama, 2 times ang pala kasi.
2 times.
So,
So let's imagine na yung base price, ipalitan ko yan ng, let's say, active record words or something big. Now, what's gonna happen here, parang dalawang beses mo siya tinatawag instead of once, 2, 3, or...
Yeah. So, yeah, that memorize siya.
I'm just suggesting.
Yeah.
ano besides?
Yeah, tama. Dapat i-memorize siya. But what's the
Usually what I do with that, at base price, tapos pi or double pi equals, then this one.
Kasi, yeah, tama. Dapat i-memorize. It's a better example, I guess. And the use case kasi for this is you want to delete base price usually, because if this is a big method and there's some local variable that's impeding you from extracting that big method into multiple methods, then this makes sense. So yun lang yung goal nung technique na to. Yeah, so super simplistic lang. Sa example na to, hindi siya realistic na gawin. Pero pag sa big methods, and then after doing this, you'll be able to extract methods easier. Kasi wala na yung local variable, it's in a method already. Okay. So the last one, medyo involved siya. Is probably something I've been doing sa mga legacy code. Pero hindi ko alam yung term sa kanya. So probably ginagawa niyo rin siya, just replace method with method object. So for example, meron kang long method tapos yung mga previous methods don't work on their own. Hindi ka makapag-extract even if you tried all the other techniques. Actually, hindi yan kompleto. Maraming techniques sa book. So this is parang ito yung if you're dealing with legacy code, it can solve 90% of the long methods. It's the first step for refactoring a big method. 90% of the time, siguro 80% na. So for example, merong some service object malaki na lots of code. Pero may isang method ka lang kunyari na gustong i-refactor. So let's try first, before proceeding, let's try plug. by usage. So I just use this para makita lahat ng methods. It uses the top 60% lang kasi it shows only the top 60% by default. So yung mga numbers dito, ito yung flag score. Ito yung total flag score ng buong class. Ayun nga, ng buong file. And then average is 18.2. Kaya medyo delikado na kasi meron isang method na greater than 20, which is XYZ file. And then naglagay na ako ng dummy method para lang makita yun. Puts lang siya ito sa something. Puts hello. So one-liner lang siya. Tapos 1 point lang. So just a comparison. So now, we want to replace this method with something like x1 C file. I'll just write the code na gusto ko. XYZ file yung target. I'm gonna pass this target para ito maging instance variable for this class, and then just save. Meron na yata akong file. Not sure. Yep. This one. So, then I write a reader for the target and define and initialize target. Then move this one. Oops. Oh, kalimutan kong sabihin, may test na pala ko. So, assuming may test na, kung wala, pwede mo lagyan na characterization test. Pero, you have to create a characterization test first, if there's no test. But there's already one here. Hindi ko makita sa screen. Oops, failed. Why? Let's undo that. Okay. Let's go to the spec. Meron siyang deprecation message. Let's replace that. Okay. Then move back. Delete this. Oops. Manage this. Okay, so hindi ko pa na-require. Okay, so yeah. So na-move ko yung body sa ibang, parang kina-quarantine ko siya. And then from there you can extract method. You can use multiple techniques. So you don't have to deal with the code here. So parang ina-isolate mo lang siya. And you don't even need to know what target is. Kasi if you just need say for example, if it's a characterization test, which is right here, you can just stop until you can make an assertion to that this method. So what else can I say? As an example, hindi ko na i-refactor ito. So from here, it just open. Just compare these two. Oops, kita ko din. So, so ganun, puro out of extracting the methods, each yung body of code into multiple methods. Questions? Walang question.
Do you recommend to?
Saan ginamit yung prefix?
Okay. So ito kasi, kung kunyari talaga i-refactor ko siya, so what I would do is parang mag-code archaeology and just try to separate each line. Kung ano yung nag-make sense. So kunyari ito, prefix lang siya kasi pwedeng hindi mo alam, basta alam mo lang sila yung simula. Hindi mo alam kung para sa ito publish on, wala para sa ito. So probably it's because of this prefix work here. So parang pinagsama na sila here yung prefix. So dito may publication date. So, it's publication day, category, kind. So dito yung file name starts out as an array and then joins sa ulit. So parang yung string ulit. And then so ganyan yata siya sineparate. Ito some extract this into a method, extract this into a method, this one, etc. And then from there, so kunya to prefix na-refactor pa rin siya into different methods. So ganun lang. Parang sa grade school match. Parang how many ways can 16 be created using iba't ibang factors, pwedeng 16 times 1, 8 times 2. So ganun din dito. Kaya refactoring.
Oo nga naman. Okay.
Two times.
Ano questions?
Kasama ba sa refactoring yung unbeautify the code? Let's say make it more artsy.
Anong artsy?
Everything that definitely with two lines, mga ganun.
I guess it qualifies as long as it doesn't change the behavior, and it's a change you made that doesn't parang change in the code pero it doesn't break a spec first of all, and second it doesn't change the behavior.
Or even or worse, parang ganun.
I mean, make it more non-readable.
Siyempre, it should be for good.
Siyempre it should be for good. Pero kasi ang tricky kasi sa refactoring, it's not always yung parang path niya to the most optimal solution, I guess, if there is one, is hindi siya straightforward eh. Kunyari, hindi pwede every change incremental pa-improve code kasi may mga technique na tulad ng ng inline method, yung inverse ng extract method. Pinapalaki mo yung method, isang method para ma-refactor mo siya after that. So parang may minsan kailangan mo mag-detour to understand the code, I guess, and to make a better refactor. Yung ano pala, resources. So, yung Ruby book, galing lang talaga din dito, pero to kasi Java. So, for everyone who doesn't do Ruby, this is probably the book for you. Siguro marami naman nag-Java nung college. So, baka maintindihan siguro yan, yung book na yan. Pero what I read is this. Kasi yun yung binigay sa akin ni Kats. So yun. Obligatory resources. Ano yung? Macbeam what?
Setup.
Ano yung gamit mo?
Yeah. Good question.
Sikat na vlog po siya.
Yather. So, ano siya? Medyo opinionated na dot file. Tapos included din yung, I'm not sure, nakalimutan ko na kung paano in-install eh, pero kasama na rin yung Macbeam. The last time I installed this, hindi siya ganun ka-automatic. Minsan may nagpe-break kasi minsan kumukuha siya sa GitHub repo ng iba. Tapos pag nawala yung repo na yun, mag-error na siya. Janus. Sandali lang. Si Rad yung nag-install sa Janus. Pero right now sa Illogica, ito yung naging de facto na dot file. Ang Janus pwede rin sa Linux, di ba? So yun, kung ayaw mong matali sa Mac, Janus.
Sa verify din ko din sa
Ito kasi sa Mac.
Macbeam talaga.
Parang Janus, pero nililitan niya yung scope niya sa Mac. Sa Mac lang siya. Actually to hindi to naka-yather. Kasi nireformat ko to yata sa some point. Parang hindi yata ito naka-yather. Yung Mac may, ito ba yung team? Naka-yather. Kaya galing din sila. Kunyari to. Ako kasi ayoko na mag-isip ni other na. Yun nga lang, kung medyo, ewan ko ngayon kasi hindi ako sinigamit ng yata. Pero nung una, bagay siya. So yun. Book method? Meron eh. Nalimutan ko yung shortcut. Meron. Meron din siyang mga tools ulit na. Ayan o. May mga cool shortcut siya. Kunyari, CRX. Ginagawa niya snake case, wedding, camel case.
Tapos pa sa oras, tapos ka na. Sorry, kailangan alas 8 na eh.
Police eh.